Hey guys, out here at the Superstition Mountains behind me, kind of near campgrounds where I go sometimes, and I also come out here once in a while, go hiking. I mean, I go a lot of different places too. I like to travel around and go hiking in the early morning at this time of the year. But I came back here because of a spirit that I talked about in the previous video. But what I want to talk about now is the energy, the portals, and the vortexes. So the Apaches, they were the people who lived here on the mountain and around the mountain. And well, specifically around the mountain. They didn't live in the mountain. They think a thunder god protects this mountain. And so they understand these energy portals and vortexes are not good to live in. So places like Sedona, you got the Grand Canyon, and there's the portals. They're really portals. I can feel them when I get close to them. And you guys probably, some of you know what I'm talking about. They feel like they're drawing you to them. It's a really inviting feeling, and it's great to visit. It's not so great to live. It's almost like a little bit of radiation. It's a little bit of that is good for you, It might energize you and give you a little boost. But if you live out like in that, it's really bad for you. It can make you have health problems that end up being long term, and people can have memory problems, complete amnesia. And then another thing is, like, people definitely just disappear, I think. That would be one of my theories. They run into this portal, and if all these conditions are right, they just get sucked in like a black hole. So that's not very good. And of course, we can assume the person maybe doesn't live when they go to a different dimension, but I wouldn't know. Because when I feel them, I get away from them. Because you stand there and you feel that really nice energy, and then it starts to drain you fast. I've stood by one before, even out here, and I felt like I took a bunch of Benadryl, I guess, and then all of a sudden it just starts kicking in, and I'm like, wow, I need to I recognize that was not a good way for me to feel. I got the hell out of it. So that's some of the things that people should be aware of. Now, it kind of, as I was talking about in the last video, it affects the dead, and it affects them so that it takes longer for them to move on, maybe hundreds of years, because it's like such a pull of a magnet. They can fragment. So they have like an angry aspect of their personality exist, and then their sad personality, or so I've seen this before too, like let's say an old man dies. Well, then you can see him as he's old, but then see him when he's younger and an adult as well. So it's kind of a fragmentary thing for them. Now eventually that in time that all heals. But it takes this extra amount of time that really is I find not too natural. Usually, after 100 years, a lot of spirits move on. But, we have some that they stay earthbound for hundreds of years, or the gods are, they've been here since we have. So, there's that. And I definitely, like with the Apaches, they believe that giants and the gods and little people come out of these portals and guard the mountain. And I mean, you look at the Native American beliefs across the board, and they've got myths about giants and little people, and they come out of these vortexes. The reptilian kind of beings too. Obviously dead people for sure, because it's like sucking them in and back into the physical realm, because these portals are very energizing. So it's really a door, if you want to think of it that way, to another dimension. And therefore, things come in and out of it. They say that some vortexes suck things into the earth, and then other vortex kind of are like where things come up out of the earth and into the physical realm. I think that that kind of makes sense. Like if people do go missing, they're getting sucked into the ones that go into the earth, and these beings are coming up from the ones that they're the ones that bring things to the surface. So those are just some of my thoughts on that. Even aliens as well. That it's not like, I mean, to me, I think it's not like they're just going to come from another planet, but they're going to come from a different dimension. Because I believe aliens understand telepathy, and they have this greater understanding than us. So they know how to use these vortexes and portals. They understand them. So there's all these beings, and you got the gods and everything, but they kind of understand how to use this better than us. My advice is to be aware of them. I would not go in one. I would not go in one. I feel them, and I step away, because it's not good for us living people. I mean, to live in and stuff, but also you don't want to go get sucked into a vortex. I mean, like I said, lots of bad effects, mental memory loss, anything like that. So I'm getting a little parched out here, guys. I hope you enjoyed my my thoughts on aliens and portals. Oh my gosh, vortexes and portals. I hope you guys are all staying safe out there, and I'll see you next time.